Hey, what's going on, y'all, man? So I know it's been a minute. I've been hella busy, man, doing films, short films, series, obviously, and obviously I'm still doing a podcast. So, man, a lot of this shit just been going pretty quick and fast for me right now. So and plus I took a break. Shit, it's been like, man, 2 weeks since I did my last pod. I had Jay Lawrence on here. Shout out to Jay Lawrence. Uh, just kind of took a break. I feel like I was watching numbers too much and you know studying podcasts, and I just wanted to kind of detox from that. So I took a 2 week break. I'm definitely not gonna stop. I'm definitely gonna come back hitting the ground running. Uh, I just kind of wanted to step back and spend a little bit more time with my daughter and just kind of come up with new ideas on how to do things. Like I know y'all just obviously seen me do the, the giving back to my old neighborhood. That shit was amazing, man. It just kind of made me want to do it more often. And I actually came up with an idea with some of my boys, and I'm gonna be doing a backpack giveaway. I think schools start back August 7th. August 1st, I'll be doing a giveaway, pulling up to the hood, giving away backpacks, school supplies for the kids out there. Man, I know, man, that shit gonna be amazing. That shit gonna be a movie, man. Like when I just gave back Friday, the game systems, bikes, basketballs, whatever. That shit felt so good, man. Like kids were so happy, and I know when I was living out there was some shit I wanted people to do for me, and now that I'm able to do it, and I ain't rich or nothing, obviously, I still do some things here and there, but man, like for me to just go back and give back, man, that shit was amazing. Felt so good. Got a lot of people that want to help me, with the backpack giveaway. But now I appreciate all the love I've been receiving, man. Like I said, the last time I did one of these by myself, I've been getting a lot of positive feedback and I've been seeing my channel grow. IG, YouTube, and man, a lot more, man. I got my podcast on iHeartRadio now, Spotify, Apple Podcast. I'm missing one. I'm missing one. Uh, Amazon Music. Shit, I got my podcast everywhere now, so you can listen to it pretty much anywhere. Uh, so like I said, it's definitely been growing. I've been getting a lot of feedback. YouTube page growing, Facebook page growing, IG page growing. So I definitely appreciate all the love I've been receiving. Uh, it's much appreciated. Shout out to everybody that's been helping me along this journey. Uh, I appreciate that. But the main thing I want to talk about is PTSD. I've been talking to some of my boys about PTSD. Me living in the projects, but just different low poverty areas, pretty much my whole life until I got old enough to, fend for myself. Uh, I didn't even know that I had PTSD, like that I was dealing with PTSD. I had to explain to a girl I was dealing with, like she was always wondering, like, damn, why you always carry your gun? And I'm like, man, it kind of seemed crazy, but it's like, man, I feel comfortable with that, like carrying my gun all the time. And I sleep with it. I don't go nowhere without my gun. Like I got my gun license when I was 22. I mean, now in Nashville, you don't even need a gun license. You can carry without it. But I've been carrying since I was 17 years old, and I haven't went without carrying it since. Like everywhere I go, I carry it. And when I don't got it, I don't feel comfortable with that. And I didn't know that was PTSD until I was talking to a therapist, and she was like, "Yeah, that's like a form of PTSD." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I didn't really know what PTSD was. Like me coming from the hood that I'm from, the neighborhood that I'm from, we don't know what the fuck PTSD is. Like even mental health, like that's not talked about. We see things like murders, robberies, cops coming all the time, harassing people. We see that and it becomes normal to us, but obviously that isn't normal. And you don't know that's not normal until you step outside of those neighborhoods and you talk among some other people that's not from that area, and they'd be like, "Man, you experienced this? Oh no, that ain't normal. That's abnormal." And I found out then that's when I was going through it. And like I said, I was dealing with a girl, and I told you like we can't get in certain clubs and party whatever because you got your gun. I'm like, man, I gotta have. I can't go nowhere without it. Uh, and it's not because of what happened to me, because nothing's happened to me, but it's like from what I've seen, and not even just in my neighborhood. It's like these days you got churches getting shot up, schools, fast food restaurants. It's like, damn, you can't really go nowhere and be comfortable without somebody coming in being violent. So stuff like that just kind of really made me want to carry. And now I got a kid. It's like, man, I definitely got to carry, and I don't know what it feels like not to carry. Uh, and she was like, yeah, just try to not to carry. The therapist was telling me that, like, what if have you ever tried not to carry it? And I was like, nah. Like I go everywhere with it. Like even in my house, like I got my firearms, like man, plenty. Like, and that's a form of PTSD, and I didn't know that. Uh, so that's kind of something I wanted to touch on because it's a lot of people that grew up where I grew up, and they are battling with that. They don't even know they're battling with it, and they're really battling with that. So I feel like me going into these neighborhoods, especially me starting with the neighborhood I grew up in, that's going to be something like I try to help out the youth with there too, like just their mental health in general, but the trauma that they're going through, because it's like if you grow up in like the rich neighborhoods and the poverty neighborhood, not the poverty, excuse me, like the rich neighborhoods and the real wealthier neighborhoods, like their parents are getting them counseling if they see they see somebody get bit up by a dog bad, their parents are getting them a counseling. Like we see some shit like that from my neighborhood. It's like we gotta just take it on the chin and keep moving like it didn't happen. So I feel like that's something I'm gonna try to, discuss with the youth and try to, you know, help them out with that, help them, get counseling and therapists to come out there and to talk to them and try to get their mind off certain things. And because like I said, like the neighborhoods that I grew up in, we don't talk about mental health or whatever. We see drug dealers, you see babies with diapers on walking as little as 3 walking, their parents nowhere to be found. You're seeing drugs being dealt in shootouts and niggas getting robbed and whatever the case may be. And when you see that, you just kind of take it on the chin and you move on. Or even if you see somebody get jumped out there, like that's not normal. Like to see something like that, to see one person getting beat up by multiple people, that's not normal, and it does something to you psychologically, and that kind of makes you, like I said, me dealing with PTSD, not knowing it. It's not from what I've experienced; it's from what I've seen. I've seen things like this, and I always told myself I'd never let that happen to me. And just me being the oldest out of 4 of us, like I always told myself, man, I'm not gonna allow this to happen to my siblings. So when I said I've been carrying since I was 17, I got my first gun when I was 17. I'm the big brother, and it's like I gotta sometimes walk my brothers to the bus stop, whatever the case may be. And it's like me seeing shit like this happen, I'm not gonna. That was my mentality at 17. Like it's like I was always in survivor mode, and that's kind of where it started. Like when I started seeing stuff like that. Actually, I started seeing stuff like that a little bit earlier, probably like when I was 12. But when I was 17, I really started seeing it's like, okay, now I'm a teenager. I'm kind of going through that adolescent stage. So now I understand a little bit more what's going on. So I can't let this happen to me and my brothers. That's what that's kind of where that mentality came from. And I've always carried everywhere I go. Like everywhere, because you just never know these days what will happen. And I just kind of want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about that. Like, because some people may look at it like, damn, DT, you crazy. But I look at it like, damn, from where I come from, man, it's not crazy. Like, I've seen so much and even done some things like, it's like, man, I feel like I gotta carry. Like, But I can understand why somebody that didn't grow up like I grew up, I can understand why they would think that's crazy. Because like when a therapist told me like, that's a form of PTSD, and the look she kind of gave me like, damn, you kind of crazy. She didn't say that, and she may not have been thinking that, but that's kind of what I got from her. And it's like, damn, it kind of feel normal to me. Like even when I'm seeing like shootouts and from in those neighborhoods, I'm not in that neighborhood now, but then like when I'm seeing shootouts and people getting jumped and robberies and a dudes bleeding out and whatever the case may be, it's like it becomes normal to me. Like it doesn't shock me or make me feel any type of way because I've seen it so much. It's like I just kind of look at it and keep on going, you know, and that ain't normal. So the point of me even having this conversation with y'all is to let y'all know that that's something that I'm going to be trying to be hands on with in some of these neighborhoods that I grew up in, because man, the kids out there need it. They're seeing so much and they're not knowing how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it. Actually, they don't deal with it at all. It's like you see it and you go back in the house. You may talk amongst it with your friends, but then after that, man, it's like you go back to your regular life. You don't get a chance to get a counselor or anybody to come out and talk to you to make sure that your mental is right after seeing something traumatic like that. You know, you have nobody to talk to, and we need that, because I feel like if I would have had that when I was young out there, like from 12 to 17 or 18, if I would have had somebody to talk to after seeing things like this, like maybe I wouldn't be the way I am now, as far as like, feeling like I got to have my gun everywhere I go. And it's not because it gives me some type of confidence or power, because it don't. I just feel safer with it. It's not like I'm going around acting tough with my gun. No, you would never know I have it. You would never know I have it. I'm not that type of guy to, show off my gun. I feel like that's ignorant and stupid. And that's not who I am. So I feel like that's something that I definitely got to do. Like I'm teaming up with some guys, and we're definitely gonna hit the ground rolling with that, uh, because it's needed out there. Kids see so much out there. Like I know that because of what I seen. I seen so fucking much out there, bro. It's not even funny. And it's like, damn, kids aren't supposed to see this type of stuff. And you see it, you know? So PTSD is something I definitely want to discuss. Like I said, mental health in general, but PTSD, I wanted to talk about that because that's been weighing on my mind heavily since I found out that was something that I was battling with. And I know it's a lot of other kids battling with that, even adults battling with that. And like I said, that's something that I'm definitely going to try to, you know, make sure that I implement in the neighborhoods. Like just get some counseling, somebody to talk to when you see stuff like that. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna go about it yet, but that's what I'm having meetings and stuff with some guys I know and people that's out there about, like just getting help for the kids that's out there, because they need it, and it starts with the kids. So that's definitely gonna happen. And like I said before, y'all know I just did the giveaway on Friday. Friday was, what day was that? June 5th, I think. June 5th, no, Friday was July 3rd. I'm tripping. I did the giveaway July 3rd. Uh, August 1st, again, I'm going to be doing a backpack give with school supplies, just backpacks, notebooks, pencils, whatever the fuck people need, like the kids need, bro. I'm going to have it. So I just need everybody's support. Uh, man, just it's gonna be big. It made me feel so good when I did this giveaway on Friday, man. Like them kids was just, man, they were so happy, man. I sat and talked to one kid for about 15 minutes straight, man. He was just telling me about, man, some of the trouble he has been getting. He ain't really been getting in trouble, but he just started getting in trouble, like at school and everything. And I just kind of gave him the best advice I can give him. I'm saying, man, look, man, I ain't trying to tell you, what to do or anything, but man, just try not to get in trouble as much, because there are consequences for when you're doing negative things or misbehaving. So just try to do good, man. I know how it is being out here, man. Sometimes, man, you just kind of feel like, you stuck and you don't really know how to, get out of, but you just kind of seeing like man, we're struggling. And sometimes that can have a negative effect on you at school. And when you feel like at home, you're not really getting the attention that you need from your parents, that could also cause kids to misbehave in school. So I'm talking to him like I'm his big brother. Like he had to been like 13, 14 maybe. And I'm like, man, I ain't mad at you for being bad, man. I'm still gonna give you something, man, because I know how it is out here. Man, ain't nothing but trouble around you and negativity. Man, just try to make sure you be good. He was like, man, I got a sister and a big brother. We kind of not close in age. So he really don't got nobody around his age. So he just kind of, get caught up sometimes get caught up with doing whatever his friends doing that's out there. And I'm like, man, y'all just do y'all best to not be bad, man, because nothing good comes from that. And you know, as you get older, if that continues, like there are real consequences for what you're doing. So man, just try to be good, man. And he didn't even know I was gonna give him nothing. Like I'm just talking to him. I don't even know this kid. I just pull up, I see him walking, I hop out, I'm talking to him, and I gave him a bike, like a big ass bike. Y'all can see that on the video that I got on my channel. I gave him a bike and gave him an Xbox One. Man, this kid was so fucking happy, and it made me happy. Like especially like giving him a game. Like games was like the number one thing I was giving out, because video games was the number one thing I was giving out, because I know how much that kept me out of trouble. Like I didn't give a fuck what was going on outside, bro. Like I had my game system, so that kept me distracted from a lot of shit that was going on around me, that was out there. Like I was in the house most of the time. You ask my mom and them, like they'll tell you, like I was a gamer then. Like all I did was game, because it kept me out of it saved my life, really. If you think about it, like I wasn't really getting caught up in what was going on. It's like what was going on outside of my house was didn't matter to me, and I didn't even know what was going on because I was just in the house with my game. Same thing, my brothers. Like my mother and grandmother made sure they kind of, as soon as when we moved out there in the neighborhood, one of the neighborhoods, DCP Dodge City, shout out to Dodge City. That's the neighborhood I'm talking about. Uh, my grandmother and mother made sure, hey, y'all not finna be out here late night hanging out. Nope, y'all got a curfew. Y'all can only go right here and play. That's it. And we didn't like it because we didn't understand it. But as me being 30 years old now, it's like, damn, I understand what they were trying to do. They didn't want us getting caught up in what was going on. So mama made sure we had game systems all the time. Throughout my whole childhood life, we had some type of game system, multiple. And that kind of kept us out of trouble, like saved our lives, whether it was that or us playing some sports for school or whatever it was. That kept us out of trouble. And I feel like if we implemented more of that in these neighborhoods, like as far as like maybe a community center where kids can come to after school and just that take up most of their time. By the time they go home, they tired. They ain't got time to hang out in the streets. They go home, they tired, they go to sleep, wake up, go to school, go back to the center. Like if we had a commit like a center in our neighborhood, community center where kids can come to play basketball, football, read, fucking whatever the case may be, man, that'll stop so much crime from happening out there, and kids getting caught up in some of the negativity, the negative stuff that's happening around them. So I feel like one day that's one of my goals, is to get a community center out there, like right in the middle of the neighborhood, to where kids can come to through after school, tutors there, counselors, therapists, whatever the case may be, like just so kids could, because like when I was a kid, like my mother and grandmother could only do so much. Like when I'm away from them, like I'm at school having fun with my friends. When I come back home doing some things with my friends, like not all of them were good. And it's like, man, imagine if I had like a place to go to, which they did at a point in time. You from DCP, I forget what it was called. Damn, I forget what it was called. But we used to go there after school. Project C. Project C. I don't know if they still got that out there. I'm gonna have to get out there and talk to some people. But there was something called Project C they had out there. Whenever we got out of school, we went straight to Project C, and it kept us distracted from what was going on outside. By the time we got done with Project C, I'm at home, shower, eat, I'm ready to go to sleep. And that kind of, I feel like that saved my life as well. So I feel like definitely something we got to implement in these neighborhoods. Definitely, that's something I'm planning on doing in the future. But again, man, I appreciate all the support I've been receiving. I've been receiving a lot of love from everybody. I appreciate y'all. it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. I love y'all, and definitely more content is coming. Like I said, I took a break, but I'm about to come back hitting the ground running. I'm writing this. Me, my brother, we're writing this short film that we about to do, about 45 minutes. We haven't came up with a name yet, but be looking forward to that. Podcasting is definitely that's not gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop doing that. Uh, I'm hoping I can get some kids on here from some of the neighborhoods I grew up in and kind of talk to them and get their perspective on life and like just the experiences that they're experiencing out there where they grow up. So, man, I appreciate y'all for showing me the love and tuning in. Like I said, more content coming. Make sure y'all follow the Combos with DT IG page, YouTube. Definitely like, subscribe, share. The podcast is now on Spotify, like I said earlier, Apple Podcast, iHeart, Amazon Music. Man, definitely make sure y'all check that out. And we working.